Welcome to a Christmas edition of the Sonny and Schar pod. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. This week we'll be talking about Bruno Fernandes replacements, Haaland's triple captain haul, and we'll be talking a little bit about an app that is designed specifically for head-to-head, which is very, very good, and hopefully the maker of the app is going to be joining us on the podcast at some point. But before we get into all that, I'm joined by my co-commissioners, Alex and CJ. Alex, I'm going to start with you this week. How are you doing, mate? How are you feeling after losing to Trotty?
You know when you have those weekends where your own team plays crap and then your fantasy team decides that you just get flooded with injuries and knocks and all sorts, and then you just get angry at the luck of fantasy when against someone that you're playing that's not even playing, and then all their bench come on and beat you.
Oh,
you know that feeling? Ben probably doesn't know that feeling, but Siege knows.
You know what cracks me? Do you know what cracks me about that is that 2 weeks ago, Trotty said he's gonna. You reminded him about his.
Mate, if he played his triple captain,
you said don't play triple captain. He said I'm going to play my triple captain in game week 17, and then Saturday morning, Butler messaged us and said he hasn't played his triple captain, and we were obviously happy for him. And then he's won by not even playing, which just has me in tears. You're so unlucky, mate. To be fair,
3 weeks in a row I've lost to a bench is I mean, what? When your luck's not in, it's definitely not in. Like, what's the chances that I lose to 2 bench boosts and then bench players? I mean, it is what it is, but
that is mad. How about you, CJ? Are you faring any better? You've also had a bit of a tough week.
Not this week. I think I went from the sublime last week to the ridiculous this week. I think I went from top point scorer in the league, and then I looked at my team. I was like, this team is literally going to win me this fantasy league, and then it just absolutely flopped last week. Like, I had quite a few differentials against Luke as well, and they all just bottled it. Like Foden, Dyke, Gay, they all bottled it. And it would crack me up. And I needed Bruno, and I think I only needed like 7 points from Bruno and Harry Wilson. Between them, I was like, let's be honest, goal or assist, one of them gets, I should be grand. And then Bruno obviously went off with that hamstring, and then
Bruno
Harry
going
Wilson
off
had a
injured
shocker.
hurt me as well. Like, it hurt me. Like, what?
Anyway, Ben, what about you, mate? Flying again.
You've basically won our head-to-head league now, haven't you?
I'm 9 points clear, which I'm going to be mentioning several times throughout the pod, but it's still a long way to go. But I would think at this point I'm pretty nailed on for a playoff place. I'm happy about that.
I think you guaranteed a playoff place, mate.
Yeah, it was a close game with Matt. Like, we've got very similar teams. It was a bit of mind games there with saying I was done with Voldemort. I gave him one last chance, and
Hey, Ben, this is for you. This is for you, Ben. Ready?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah. It's all going. It's my luck. Like, as bad as Alex's luck is, my luck this season has just been outrageous. Honestly, Morgan Rogers was an afterthought. I had the budget. I had one final free transfer, and I was like, yeah, let's just put Morgan Rogers in there. Villa are flying, but I did not expect 4 goals in 2 games or 30 points in 2 game weeks, whatever it is. Riding my luck at the moment.
It is.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That is what it is.
What are we going to do now? We're going to go straight into fantasy chat. We're going to have a little chat about the league, letdowns and standouts.
We'll touch to this briefly, and then we'll get into fantasy. But I mean, obviously, letdown is clearly is me. I'm one of them. Is a letdown. I'm not even in the thinking, but just looking at the table. If you're looking at, let's start at the top. Anyone surprised you just quickly looking at our league? So obviously, Ben, you're top. We've got Bav second, Lewis is third, Nixie's fourth, then Matt fifth, Nick sixth, Rafaro seventh, and Connor in eighth. Is there anyone in those top 8? Because the top 8, by the way, are flying. Is there anyone in the top 8 that's caught your eye that you thought, oh my God, they're doing way better than
Peaks. Yeah, I'd say Peaks. Just because last year, he had an average year, but this year he's absolutely flying, I think.
Yeah, he's absolutely. To be fair, everyone in there is good at fantasy. Let's be honest.
Good at fantasy or lucky in fantasy?
Both. Both luck and knows a bit about what they're doing. I think that's a strong top 8. I think Connor's snuck in there again after winning again this week. He's going under the radar, I think.
We don't talk enough about
he's
Connor.
obviously switched on. He's obviously switched on to it.
Yeah, he's done well recently, hasn't he? He's done very well.
Four wins in 5
look at
for
then,
him.
Wow, there you go. So if you think of the bottom then, so Trotty's obviously bottom. We've talked about Trotty. Gazzy T second bottom. We know he didn't play for a while. Jennings 22nd. We know he tinkers like mad. Farney in Australia. He's probably got a good excuse in 21st. Jordan in 20th, by the way. And then Andy Jackson 19th, me 18th, and then Charlie 17th, and then Luke 16th and Dassie 15th. Out of that bottom 9, I mean, it's pretty grim down the bottom. I'm not going to lie.
It is grim reading. It's grim reading.
Like, from Luke downwards, no one can really move up into the top 15. Like if we win one game, so that's how far behind we're starting to fall. But Jordan for me would be the standout there because obviously I know he had a bit of a shocker last year, but he finished strongly. But he has had a even bigger. He's not even getting points.
He's been unlucky though. He lost to 2. He got 80 points this week. Lost to 2 points against Connor, and I beat him by 2 points a couple of weeks ago as well. So like he's had a couple of very very sort of low points
losses,
margins of loss basically, which is obviously it just kills you in head to head in a points league. Losing by 2 points or having 2 points less than someone else does absolutely nothing. Whereas this, it's so detrimental.
Yeah, I totally agree. So here's I'm just showing the table on screen here. So we've got, this is like, I don't like that it highlights me, if I'm honest. But then if we look up as well, then there's the kind of top half, which again, as I said, like they're kind of flying around already, aren't they? So
yeah.
All right. So Siege. Yeah. We'll crack on. I know Ben just dropped out and came back in, but Ben, we've carried on, so we're gonna hand over to Siege, and he's going to carry on with his fantasy chat. So over to you, Siege.
Okay, so we're going to base the main aspect of this fantasy chat around sort of Bruno Fernandes. So Manchester United are still evaluating the full extent of the injury to captain Bruno Fernandes, which he sustained during their 2-1 defeat at Villa. Manager Ruben Amorim thinks the midfielder is set for a spell on the sidelines, but will be hoping the damage is not too bad. So if you didn't see it, Fernandes pulled up at the end of the first half and felt his hamstring, but he did continue but came off at the break. Apparently it is a soft tissue injury, but I actually looked at some of the stats around Fernandes' appearances for United, and they're actually crazy. Like any absence would be particularly notable given the Portuguese playmaker's remarkable availability record since joining from Sporting in January 2020. So from his debut in a goalless draw against Wolves to the Villa defeat at the weekend, he'd have played 221 Prem games, and Fernandes has featured in 212 of them, including 208 starts.
Wow.
And it's mad. I couldn't believe that. So he obviously looks after himself. And then of the 9 matches Fernandes has missed, 2 were because he was rested ahead of key European matches, including last season's defeat at Brentford in May. 4 were because of suspension. So just 3 have been a result of injury or illness. 3 games in 221 have been injury or illness. So his longest absence was 2 games in a row at the end of the 23-24 campaign. But he still recovered before the FA Cup final victory over the Manchester City. But the bad news for Almiron and United is that they have lost the past 4 league games Fernandes has missed, and 5 of the past 6.
That's
so
grim.
I know,
that's grim reading for them. I think he's. I saw today. I think he's actually out for at least. They reckon at least a month because this is hammy.
Yeah,
they reckon that's him done for a month. So, and it's not the best month to get injured when they've got games coming thick and fast. They've got all their players on AFCON duty. There's a lot of, all of a sudden, United were going from looking okay to, this could be a bit shaky, couldn't it?
I'm feeling personally,
Yeah,
I'm feeling so happy. I don't wish an injury on a player, obviously. But last week we were talking about Fernandes versus Saka, and the real headache was how do I afford both? And then also the next Boxing Day fixture is Newcastle versus Manchester United. So if he's missing for that, and I don't have to figure out how to get him in my team, I'm actually personally quite delighted.
Yeah.
Because you were talking last week about how do you get him in? You're like, how do I get him in my team?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in.
So
lucky. Oh, luck strikes again, Ben. Luck strikes again.
So let's talk potential replacements.
What I've done, I've picked 5 players out. What I'll do, I'll read out some bits and bobs on them, and then we can talk about them. Not for too long, but just going to start with number 1. Probably top of everyone's list is Morgan Rogers. So he's 7.2 million. He's still only 18.8% owned. Already transferred in, however, by over 550,000 managers ahead of game week 18. So Rogers is currently the most informed midfielder in the league after back-to-back 15-point hauls in game week 16 and 17. Looking into the data, though, is very interesting, as Rogers' XG, expected goals, is only 2.86, and he's already scored 7 goals this season, suggesting that he is outperforming his XG by over 4. This is probably down to his unbelievable shot conversion rate at the moment of nearly 23%. So he's a fantastic pick at the current price point. But is he going to be able to keep this up with 2 very challenging fixtures coming up?
Yes.
Chelsea away and Arsenal away.
Yes.
No.
Yes. He is. Just.
I mean, what a goal, by the way, on the other day against United.
Both of them. Both
2
goals.
goals. Both of them.
Well, that it was the first one that was like absolute worldy, unbelievable. I mean, he's got to be starting for England. If he carries on like this, he'll be England's number 10.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Definitely.
And also, I mean, I know those are tough fixtures, but Villa, I think they're on 10 straight wins, aren't they? Isn't that like a record for the club? They're on 10 straight wins in all competitions. They're winning every game.
I think it is.
They play really well against the big teams as well. Like, they're 3rd in the league. They're absolutely flying.
Well, I think just looking at Villa's form, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They've won 11 of their last 12 Prem games.
Which is such.
Yeah, I've got something. I've got something here. It says Villa have secured 10 competitive wins in a row as a top flight club for the first time in 111 years, while they also made it 7 top flight league wins in a row for the first time since 1990.
That's outrageous.
But Chelsea and Arsenal away are different kettles of fish that I know they beat Arsenal at home, but away. Oh, I don't know. I literally don't know.
A little different. But the thing is, I put a TikTok up the other day about when we were talking about Rodgers a couple of weeks ago, and someone commented on it saying, "Oh, I'm not sure because of the fixtures," and I just commented under it, "I'm not sure I'm even looking at fixtures. Like, they are flying as a club. He's flying. They're full of confidence. I don't think it matters who they play at the moment. I think get him in and just sort of ride it out. Yes, he's going to have his 2 or 3 point games, but at the moment he's doing everything for Villa, isn't he?"
Yeah, don't worry, Ben. I won't put him in my team because I don't want to jinx your luck. I'll just leave him out so you can keep.
Well, I was just going to say, it's such a contrast to the beginning of the season when Villa couldn't even score a goal, let alone buy a win. It's credit to Emery, a fantastic manager. They're having a great season. I think keep him in, and who knows what's going to happen? Doesn't matter about the fixture difficulty. He's definitely a good replacement for Fernandes potentially.
Agreed. Definitely. Right. On to our second replacement. It's Matheus Cunha. So he's 8 million, 6.1% owned. So he's a like-for-like swap in the United team for Fernandes. Cunha is starting now to show a bit of form since returning from injury. He scored 22 points in his last 3 games with 2 goals and 1 assist. Cunha's underlying data is excellent. Although he's only featured in 14 Premier League games this season, he's amassed the highest number of shots in the United team with 47, 18 of those on target. And his non-penalty XG per 90 minutes is the best in the United team at 0.38. And he's averaging 4.1 shots per 90, which I think is a very encouraging stat to look at for FPL managers, as well as being an excellent differential for game week 18. After the Newcastle game, United face Wolves at home, Leeds away and Burnley away in game weeks 19, 20 and 21. I really, really like Acuna. I really like him. I'm really, really debating him, actually.
Does it
Just for
not
that,
put you off the fact that all his mates, though, are now injured
That's
or
the
away
only
on
thing, isn't it?
international duty?
That's the only thing. You just
it does a bit, but then I
United have
don't...
a big... Who's going to take Fernandes' place in that United team? Like, Ugarte?
maybe.
Really?
I
Like,
don't know, though, but like I think it's just the fixtures for me.
Mainu,
Like
yeah.
Wolves at home. Like Wolves at
Yeah.
home. Like Hazelmere could play against Wolves at home.
Yeah, but
you know?
Wolves need to win a game at some point, and wouldn't it just be typical that that's the one game that they win?
It's true.
It won't be that game.
Yeah, I'm extremely tempted.
You really rate them that bad?
6% owned as well. You'd expect that to go up over the next couple of weeks, but I think people are holding off because they're not sure about United without Mbeumo, Ahmad.
What if United gets the menu in the next 2 weeks?
Semenyu's been linked with Manchester United, isn't he? I think he'll more likely to go to
and Chelsea and Liverpool and City. He's linked.
I think
with
if
all
he's
of
got
them.
a pick from all those, he won't go for Man U. Although, what am I talking about? I don't know. Like, I think he'll go to somewhere like City or Chelsea.
Would you want to go to City? I know we're going off topic here. Sorry, Siege.
No.
But would you want to go to City? You're not going to get in the team.
Yeah,
I think he would at the moment.
If I'm him, I'm going to. If I'm him, it's either Liverpool or United.
Liverpool, I think.
It'd be interesting. It'll be interesting.
'Cause Liverpool are desperate for a striker now because they're all injured or on international, and United's the same.
Yeah, I think with Cunha though as well, I think he'll be on pens, which is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And
Have you put him in your team then? Have you?
Maybe. And he's a midfielder, which I like. He's a midfielder, so he gets 5 points for a goal as well.
Have you brought him in
these
for Gordon, or have you brought him in for Fernandes?
I'll have to let you boys know later on.
Not giving anything away.
That moves me swiftly on to my best mate, Anthony Gordon. So he's 7.3 million.
Best mate? What did he do?
7.3 million, 3.1% owned. Gordon's form has been very indifferent this season. However, he's registered 27 points in his last 4 weeks with 2 goals and 2 assists and seems to be turning his current form around. He was excellent against Chelsea at the weekend, providing 2 assists for Waltermada and had an XG himself of 0.95. So after United on Friday night, Newcastle have an excellent run of fixtures up to game week 22, facing Burnley away, Leeds at home and Wolves away in that time. Easy to get to from Fernandes because of his price, and his low ownership could help you climb the rankings very quickly if he returns. Just to fill our viewers in, I asked Ben if I should start him Saturday over Gay, and Ben said no, he was shit against Sunderland, and I was like, yeah, he was, to be fair. And honestly, if you looked at his stats against Sunderland compared to against Chelsea, it was like it's like he'd died and come back. It was literally night and day. It was crazy, but do you know what? I was on about literally doing Gordon to Rodgers this week, but I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna keep Gordon just for the foreseeable, just because he's so lowly owned. But what do you boys think about Gordon?
And he's on pen.
He is on pens.
Yeah, true.
It's just the thing with Gordon is like he is rotten sometimes and then really good another week. Like I know he's got 27 points in his last 4 weeks. One of those was a 59-minute appearance against Sunderland in which he got 1, and I lost count of the times he dribbled it off the pitch, like out of play. It's so difficult to call, isn't it? I mean, also, I want to ask you boys, what did you think of Chalobah's challenge on Gordon in the box? Pen or no pen?
It was a pen.
Right?
100%.
So actually, he's unlucky not to take
100%.
that. He's unlucky not to win the penalty and take the penalty himself. So that haul could have been even bigger. But yeah, CJ, I take the blame for that. To go from 1 point 1 week against Sunderland to 2 assists.
He's not done badly looking at this, right? So he got 6 against Spurs, 10 against Burnley. I know he didn't do. No one did well against Sunderland, though. The one thing I just wanted to call out here is Leeds actually an easy game now?
It's
not.
Not Leeds away.
Leeds
not
at home,
away,
though.
No, definitely not.
No. Yeah, I
Leeds at
suppose,
home
yeah.
is an easy game. Leeds
And I
away
think
is
Palace
definitely
is
not.
becoming an easier game because they're playing so many games.
Yeah, so true.
So I think actually Palace becomes. I think you're right. I think Newcastle's running for games is phenomenal. Why would you want to get rid of Gordon? Jesus, look at that.
If you,
Yeah,
yeah,
it is
if you've got
excellent.
him, hold him. But
And I think he could do a little bit of damage at Old Trafford, considering and I think as well, like he's midfielder on pens. That's huge. The fact they get an extra point as well for a goal is
yeah,
massive. If he starts adding, he needs to start adding a few goals. And let's be honest, that first assist was not an assist,
no,
was
he
it?
should have scored that, shouldn't he? It was
For that
acrobatic, but yeah,
for that
I mean,
Baltimore goal, was it?
unreal
yeah,
save.
yeah.
Let's put it that way. Unreal save.
Yeah, but it's not an assist though, is it?
Well, he took the last shot
Yeah,
and
I
then it
mean,
rebounds
that
In
to.
Baltimore
fantasy,
goal.
it is.
Yeah, but no, I do like him, and he's in the reckoning. Right, fourth and fifth. So fourth, we'll just touch on because we spoke about Declan Rice quite a bit on this pod, but he's 7.1 million, 24.1% owned, which is madness, really. So Rice recorded his first double-digit haul of 11 points against Everton on Saturday evening since game week 10, and rewarded his FPL owners that kept faith in the Arsenal midfielder. Rice is an excellent way into the Arsenal midfield. However, he is currently 7.1 million. Is he worth that price tag? One thing Rice will do is get you consistent points throughout the season. He's definitely a player to hold in your team for a longer period of time and let him accumulate points, almost like a set and forget. As well as this, he's been an excellent at earning DEFCON points this season and has reached the threshold in 4 of his last 6 games, scoring 20 plus DEFCON points against Everton this game week. And you think he got 21 against Villa in game week 15. But I just think his price now is 7.1, and I'm not sure about Rice, but I definitely love the fact that I told you boys we do a draft league, don't I? Me and my mate, and we've had Rice from the start. And in a draft league, he's absolutely perfect because you can literally leave him there the whole season. But I'm not sure I'd be bringing him in. What do you boys think about
My
Rice?
biggest regret so far in fantasy this season is I started the season with Rice, and I think he was like 6.5, maybe even less. And I got bored of him for some reason, and I sold him or got rid of him in a wild card, and now he's gone up to 7.1. And each week I'm like, should I replace Saka with Rice? Because I don't know what's like. I just don't know who's worth it. Who's better money for, you know what I'm trying to say? Who's better value for money, Saka or Rice? Because Rice seems to get these like returns. He seems to get a lot of assists and, like you say, a lot of DEFCON points without really actually being a goal
He
threat.
hasn't. Yeah, I just think it's a real tricky one. One of the things that pisses me off most about Arsenal is Saka's no longer on pens, so that immediately,
That was
and
annoying.
that's where I come back to your point, Ben. Is you could flip between Rice and Saka, and then you free up yourself a bit of some money. But I don't think you're going to double up with Saka and Rice. I just don't think that's nearly 18 million. Is it worth 18 million on 2 Arsenal players? It's a big gamble.
I think a good plan potentially could be, like Ben was saying, if Saka isn't his form isn't consistent, you can go down to Rice, and then hopefully when Palmer's flying in a few weeks, can maybe go from, say, well, I don't know, Acuna or Foden to Palmer. That could be quite a nice switch, but yeah, he's one of those. I wouldn't be doing it just yet because Saka has been outperforming him. Obviously, it flipped completely 180 this week where Rice outperformed him, but it's been the first week Rice has done that in about 5 or 6 weeks. So, but yeah, Saka off pens or sharing pens is tough, isn't it?
Is it always going to be Gyökeres going forward? Or are they actually going to share?
Yeah. No, they're not going to share. I think it was agreed at the beginning of the season that if Gyökeres is on the pitch, he takes the pens.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not good for Saka owners to be. When I saw the pain given, I was like, right, bang, Saka goal, and then Gyökeres had it in his hands. I was like,
they played Everton,
no.
didn't they?
I think that's
where
where
play
Gyökeres
Everton.
back to being.
Yeah.
So
I think this
Yeah.
is where the Gyökeres differential comes back into the conversation, in the fact that he's fit now, and Arteta's going to play him because he offers him something different up top. He'll stretch him, and he did do that against Everton.
And the other thing is that
he played quite well
Pickford
against
was in
Everton.
goal, so maybe Saka didn't take the pen because he takes loads of penalties against Pickford in England
Yeah,
training. So maybe they went for Gyökeres
maybe.
and they'll switch
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
But we'll see. But yeah,
We'll see. It'd be interesting to see when I'm definitely going to hold him until hopefully they get another pen, and then if Gyökeres takes it again, then you can weigh it up. But fifth on my list
I need
player.
my wild card again.
Yeah, it's nearly there, mate. It's nearly there. A couple more game weeks and you'll be in. But yeah, fifth on the list is a player we mentioned a lot pre-season, and is Florian Wirtz. So he's 8.1 million, 8.3% owned. So after his incredibly slow start to his debut season in the Premier League, Wirtz is beginning to find his feet in the Liverpool team, and we're now starting to see some FPL returns for the midfielder. In the last 4 game weeks, he has scored 23 points with 2 assists and 2 DEFCON points. Wirtz's minutes will definitely be more secure over the next month with Salah away at AFCON, and Liverpool's next 2 fixtures are Wolves and Leeds at home. He has started the last 5 Prem games, which is an excellent indicator moving forward for FPL managers. Very much a punt, but it could be a nice little punt to take you into a wild card. If it comes off, happy days. If it doesn't, you've got nothing to lose.
It's a lot of money, though, isn't it? It's a lot of money for a punt.
It is a lot of money, yeah.
However, I have Saka at 10 plus million, and I want to get Ekitike in for Wolves and Leeds at home. So what I could do is replace Saka with Wirtz, and then replace Thiago or Voltemade with Ekitike, and just see what happens over the next 2 fixtures. And then do we get the wild card first week of Jan?
Yeah, so we get it on the 30th of December once that game week starts.
There you go. If you want Wirtz and Ekitike in your lineup against Wolves and Leeds at home,
it's not a bad shout.
That's kind of what I'm tempted to.
It's
a little hint to Jennings there.
He's put on watching him against Spurs as well. All of a sudden, he's beefed up a bit. Like, he's looking a bit stronger on the ball. He's not easily getting as barged off, and he's starting to demand the ball, I think, a lot more in games. Now that Salah's not really there, I think it's actually helping Wirtz that Salah's not around. I think it helps, and I think that shows in the last 4 or 5 games that actually Salah's not really been playing. Wirtz has. That's actually helping Wirtz's game, and it's probably helping with his confidence. Be interesting to see. You're right, Ben. I think that what you've just said is getting a move out with Saka and move Wirtz and get Ekitike in. I think it'd be a good differential.
Ekitike's nailed now, isn't he, with Isak's injury? So that's what I was thinking about. I was like, they've got favourable fixtures.
But Wirtz then becomes your differential, doesn't he? Which could be a huge one, because I think he's going to be on he's on set pieces as well, though, isn't he? Because with Salah not around, I think he's on corners.
Just so risky, because he also has the
Liverpool are really dreadful at set pieces, though.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like, there's also the risk that he's completely anonymous and does nothing. But like you say, it's a good pump for the next couple of times.
That's it. Like, you'd hope he wouldn't be anonymous against Wolves, particularly. Like, as a player like Wirtz, to have a game coming up where you can literally run the show. It is Wolves at home, isn't it? Let's be honest. Leeds are slightly different. Leeds have got a lot more about them, whereas like Wolves have just lost like 3 or 4 players as well to AFCON. Like, not that I know who they are, but they've lost a few. They've lost a few players to AFCON as well, and are coming to Liverpool with 2 points after 17 games. Like, if you wanted to bring Wirtz in, I think it's a great shout. But yeah, it's bold. And the thing with you, Ben, like, you'll probably pick him and he'll score a hat at the weekend. So
maybe I should do that as a favour to the rest of the league.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, please do it.
We'll just to end fantasy chat, we'll just touch on the Haaland triple captain. So Haaland rewards nearly 1 million managers with triple captain hauls. So Haaland returned 48 points with the triple captainship after 2 goals and an assist against West Ham. more than 900,000 fantasy Premier League managers are celebrating their decision to triple captain the striker in game week 17.
Only
with
because
the
they forgot to
Norwegian...
do it in the other games. Everyone else did it.
True. The Norwegian claiming maximum bonus points for a 16-point haul, or 48 with the chip. So Haaland scored twice and supplied an assist as Man City beat West Ham United 3-0. His large backing from those playing the chip made him the second most triple captain player ever in a single game week. Over 91% of managers who used the triple captain used it on Haaland. But I just wanted to do some casting fortunes, because as you just said there, Butler, a lot of people would have already used it. People like Ben used it really well. People like myself used it horribly. But Haaland set the record for a single game week back in game week 13 this season, when he was triple captain by more than 1.1 million
That was
people.
when I did it, right?
On that occasion, however.
No,
I think that was when I did it
You did it
against
against
Leeds.
Leeds.
You did it before
I
that.
did it
against
against Burnley,
Game
yeah.
week
Yeah.
6, I think. Yeah. So in that game against Leeds in game week 13, he returned just 2 points despite Man City scoring 3 times as they beat Leeds 3-2. The blank means Haaland's bumper return this time out will feel doubly disappointing for those who put their faith in him in game week 13. Including double game weeks, when teams have 2 matches in the same game week, Haaland's backing in game week 17 places 5th in the all-time list. So I just wanted to read these out to you. So the most times he was triple captained was double game week 25 in the 23-24 season. Then it was this game week just gone in second, 1.171 million. Then it was Salah was in third, double game week last year, week 24. He was captained 1,088,000. Then it was Salah again with a double game week in week 26 in the 21-22 season with just over $1 million. And then it was Haaland last week, 5th place with 901,000. In second place was earlier this season when I did it against Leeds. Quite amazing stats there, and you were really unlucky if you went with it against Leeds. But I can't believe it, because I actually said, I remember back on the pod a few weeks ago before I was going to do it, I was eyeing up this West Ham fixture, and I think it was when they were playing Leeds, he didn't start in Champions League, and I was like, right, he's on, bang, and then I should have just trusted my gut. But yeah,
that's
good stats.
Unbelievable from him, isn't it? It's just every set and forget Captain Haaland. Forget getting fancy, just always Captain Haaland.
I'm not going to triple captain when we get the next triple captain.
Are you not?
Fuck it. I'm going to go something rogue. Nope. I'm gonna triple captain, I don't know, Kelleher
Lewis
or
Potter.
someone.
Why don't you
Just
triple
quit?
captain
Yeah,
Lewis
that's a good
Potter?
idea.
I'll just finish on this, because
before we get into Lewis Potter,
Yeah.
I met up with Peaks on the weekend, and I am calling out BS. But he was like, "Oh, I really nearly put Lewis Potter into my team," and I was like, "No, you didn't.
Nonsense.
No, you didn't. Don't lie. Don't lie." He was like, "Oh, I had a really good feeling that he starts loads of games and he was going to score goals." I was like, "No, don't give me that complete BS there. You're just trying to jump on this thing, and you're in really good form."
He's getting ahead of himself. He needs to settle down, doesn't he? I'll just finish fantasy chat with a few stats on Keane Lewis Potter from the weekend. So Keane Lewis Potter became the 3rd defensive player behind Jurrien Timber and Mickey van der Ven this season to score over 20 points with his monster 21-point haul against Wolves, with 2 goals, a clean sheet, and maximum bonus points. Shout out to the 166 managers who captained him and the 12 managers who triple capped him in game week 17.
What?
Incredible shout,
him?
as he's only 1% owned across the game. Just when I saw that, I knew it was going to come up. I was actually waiting for it on my feed to see who'd actually triple captained him. But it's really interesting with him. He's a defender on the game, but plays basically right wing back. But I think now Dango's gone, he potentially might even be playing the front 3. So you could have a defender on the game playing in the front 3. Do you know what I mean? It's madness, really, but incredible that people captained him. I don't even know.
How did you know to triple captain? There is some real insider
No,
trading.
there'll be people with multiple
accounts.
accounts who are just trying to get team of the week, so they just do like random differential stuff like that.
Surely.
Yeah.
Well, surely they
Yeah.
did get team of the week if you
Yeah.
triple captain him.
That's just mad, isn't it? He was a midfielder last year, wasn't he, in FPL?
Yeah,
They moved
he
him
was.
back.
And his position got
Yeah.
changed, yeah.
1% own.
Yeah, it was interesting. That would have been a nice 63-point haul from one player, which would have been quite nice. But yes, that's the end of Fancy Chat, lads. Should we take a quick break, shall we? Fantastic. We'll be back with the key battles after this.
Welcome back to the Sonny and Cher pod. We're going to go straight into the key battles this week. First up, we've got Fraser versus Lewis Peacock. Don't Delap in Anger with 84 versus Illiman's Illuminati with 75. So Peaks was actually the manager in form coming into this matchup with 6 straight wins under his belt. However, Fraser was also gaining momentum himself with 3 consecutive victories in December. In the end, the game was decided by just 9 points, Fraser bringing in flavour of the month Harry Wilson for Leeds midfielder Stack, while Lewis used a free transfer to fix his cock-up of selecting Dango, Gravenberch coming in for the AFCON-bound Brentford midfielder. So both players owned Rodgers for this one, but crucially, Fraser also had the 11-point scoring Declan Rice in his lineup, so we've covered. Rice was backed up by clean sheets for Sunderland goalkeeper Roofs and City defender O'Reilly for a combined total of 13 points. And Fraser actually even benched 2 Chelsea players, Reece James and João Pedro, both of whom scored in their fixture against Newcastle and also hauled 13 points. So if he had selected either of them, he would have won by an even bigger margin. Meanwhile, Peaks had a 5-man midfield that included Saka, Palmer and Foden, but only Palmer registers an assist. Obviously, Rodgers got those 2 goals, but everybody else was quiet. That result means that Lewis drops down to 3rd, while Fraser rises to 11th, which prompted him to enter the chat on WhatsApp and remind us all of his 4 straight wins. So is he throwing his hat in the ring for Manager of the Month for December? He has Gareth up next, who is actually turning his form and fantasy team around, but is still an appealing fixture. So well done, Fraser. That's a very good result against a high-flying manager.
That's a big snipe, I'd say. Because what that does is that keeps Fraser in Manager of the Month contention and knocks Peaks out of Manager.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Massive.
So that is a huge, huge win for Fraser.
That is a big win. Peaks, to be fair, I think what it sums up that Peaks should have bought into Lewis Potter, to be fair, shouldn't it? That's what I get from that.
Well, if he stuck with his gut and gone with the fact that he thought Lewis King Potter was going to score,
there you go.
Lewis Potter was going to score, then he should have done that.
Should have stuck with his gut.
Dango for Gravenberch. Poor transfer.
Yeah, I mean, poor from him to get Dango in for a week before AFCON anyway. So maybe that's a bit of karma biting him in the butt. But yeah, he's at least fixed that now. Moving on, we're going to talk about we haven't really spoken about him this season at all, have we? Nick, rolling up in Milambo, 98 points.
Yeah, flying.
98 points versus Smithy with 71. So there's a mega score from Nick, who scored the highest game week score of the league this week. To put that into context, Nick scored 1 more point than Nixie, and Nixie used his triple captain chip on Haaland to get 97 points, and Nick did not need to use a chip. So it's really, really impressive. I'm looking at his team and I'm just like...
Look where he is overall as well, by the way.
Where is he overall?
Where is he?
116,000.
Wow.
I mean, I look at that and I'm like, where did he get 98 from? But I suppose Voldemar bagged, Haaland bagged, Rodgers bagged, Rice got 11 points.
Nice.
And then he's got
all his defenders did
Timber,
something.
James and Coyote. No, Timber and James. James obviously scored.
No, he's got Timber, Coyote, James.
Absolutely flying. He's in the top 116k. Surely he's in the shout for Manager of the Month. Game week rank for that score as well, 98 points. It's like in the top 500,000. He's been very quiet on the...
What about Smithy?
Yeah, Smithy, I mean, I think he brought in... Did he bring in Grealish and Saliba this week? I think he did 2 transfers, didn't he? Saliba and Grealish came in.
How do I do
Good
that?
top right. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there.
Saliba and Grealish in for Munoz and Ndiaye. So both good moves. I think Saliba kept a clean sheet, didn't he? But Grealish blanked. I don't know what you guys think about Everton now with Dewsbury Hall injured and Ndiaye at AFCON. They might struggle for goals. But anyway, that's not a bad score, is it? I mean, he's got Rodgers in his side, captained Haaland, he's got Trafford.
Yeah, but I would have beaten him, so it is a bad score.
Well, well done, Nick. Absolutely flying. Congratulations. That is an unreal score this week. Let's move on to the next game, which is Balf versus Mike. Another big score here, actually. Rise to the occasion with 91 points versus Odegaard, my title. Mike with 74. So Stu grabbed his 3rd straight win and is back with a bang, playing his bench boost to good effect and claiming victory over Mike, who took a 4-point hit for this one, actually. So, for Balf, he had Ekatike, Semenyo, and Raya, all with standout performances. That's racking up 26 points between them. Ekatike looking particularly like a good shout moving forwards. Mike also brought him in at the expense of Thiago as part of his point hit, while Brighton defender De Kuiper came in for the injured Ben White. Also got us clean sheet and 6 points. So actually, he's a bit unlucky.
Shout.
These moves were not enough to beat Balfe, who scored a massive 91 points and had Sunderland defender Alderete on his bench boost, who scored 6 points and had a clean sheet. His bench boost earned him a total of 13 points, and he won this game against Mike with a 17-point cushion, so the bench boost set him well on his way here. With Peaks' loss, however, that means that Balfe has taken over second spot and sits 9 points behind the league leader. Irrelevant, really, but I just had to get that in there. Mike, meanwhile, drops to 12th with just 2 wins in his last 5 games. Well done, Balfe.
Really struggling.
Yeah, he's a bit.
Balfe is what's Balfe in the world? He must be up there as well, no?
Yeah, top 300k.
308.
Very, very
Jeepers,
good.
Lads are flying in this league. Boys are absolutely
Is this the
flying
best year?
points
Yeah,
wise
is this
in
the
our
best
league,
year
aren't
we've
they?
had? Points wise.
Must be.
Well, yeah, by a country. I think we've got 10 managers already over 1,000 points.
Do you think it's the pod?
That's unreal. Yeah, do you know what? It's definitely, it must be elements of it. And a
We'll
bit of
take
luck
credit
as
for
well
that.
on the way.
We'll take credit for that.
It's all that fantasy chat that I'm talking about and not actually applying myself, I think.
It's just all this. Just again, it just states, doesn't it, about how competitive and hard our league actually is. But I mean, who am I to talk? But I think it's pretty clear that. I mean, personally, for me, my score against average is 62. So people are scoring at least 62 points against me each week, which is a phenomenal score, right? Seeing as though my average is 68 compared to you, Ben, where people are only scoring 54 points against you a week. So somehow I'm getting absolutely shafted each week. But hey, look, I don't want to go into luck again. Luck. But yeah.
Ben, you can only beat who you come up against, Ben, can't you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
This is why I hate it.
Yeah, so rise to the occasion back in second, 1-3 on the bounce, whereas Mike's still, well within a chance of the playoffs, but sitting 5 points outside, I think, at the moment, last year's champion. But let's move on to the final match, and I won't dwell on this one too much because I don't want to gloat, but it was Liver Mentally Ill with 85 points versus Botman Returns with 78. So despite what I was saying on last week's pod with being done with Woltemad, I have the big German striker to thank for my victory over fellow Toon fan Matt, with the striker scoring a brace this weekend and earning 3 bonus points for a total of 13, giving me a good head start heading into the remaining fixtures. However, Matt had Semenyo and James, who both scored and hold 17 points between them to make up the ground in a very even matchup. So this game basically came down to the Sunday and Monday fixtures, with a narrow gap of 2 or 3 points between us after Saturday. I basically needed Rodgers to outperform both Bruno F and Fulham defender Anderson. And what did I do on Saturday? I messaged you boys and I said, Rodgers is going to haul and Bruno F is going to go off injured. I spoke it into the universe and it happened.
He actually did say that.
So Rodgers scored 2 practically identical goals while Bruno F went off injured at half time. Pretty much a dream scenario for me. And that meant that Anderson, despite keeping a clean sheet, and earning DEFCON points for a total of 7, had too much ground to make up on. So Matt lost his first matchup in 3 and just his second in 5 games, while I grabbed my 4th straight victory. Did I mention I'm 9 points clear at the top of the table? So Rogers has been the shout for me, scoring 30 points in 2 game weeks and boosting my team after the 5 free AFCON transfers. So yeah, little bit of luck, but it's all a little bit of luck, isn't it?
Here, Ben. Do you want something else for me to play for you right now?
Got more sound
Do you need a
effects.
bit more? Here you go.
Get used to this, Alex.
The thing with you, Ben, the thing with you, like, if you have a bad week, you don't have 2 or 3 in a row. You come back, to be fair to you. Like, you didn't have a great week last week, did you? Which you slipped down, and then you sort of came back flying again this week. Obviously, Rogers scoring 15 does help, but you still would have had 70 without him. To be fair,
I would like to say that I've balanced my team for that to happen, but nah, it's all complete coincidence. I don't know what's going on. We're just rounding off the other scores here. We've got Rafaro, who beat Dassie 77-60. I think Dassie missed the deadline this week as
yeah, he claimed out in the group about 5 minutes after the deadline. He was like, I forgot it. And I was like, no excuse, mate. You're back in England for holidays. You're not even in Thailand right now. So how you miss the deadline being in the country is a
that is poor
excuse.
from Dassie, who's had an otherwise good season. So yeah, a bit of a comfortable victory for Rafaro there.
Good season. He's in 15th.
I know, but for Dassie's standards, that's pretty good, right?
For Dassie, that's good.
He's having a decent season.
Yeah.
When I beat Jordan 82-80, it's a massively close game. Charlie 79, Andy Jackson with 92 points. Shout out.
Andy Jackson is on a roll, by the way. He's on a roll.
Shout out to Andy Jackson here, because I think he played a free hit for this, and that is a massive free hit score, if that's true. I think as well, I'm just going to look it up. Yeah, Andy Jackson played his...
He's getting a delayed podcast.
He is,
isn't he?
and look at this, right? He got 92 points.
Mate,
Look at
his
that bench
as well.
He's got Ekatike and Verbruggen on the bench. That's 20 points right there. So
Mate, he had 25 points
been
on his
even
bench,
bigger.
and he still got 92.
that has to be the biggest free
my
hit
God.
we've seen so far this season. 92 points, and it could have been even bigger. Verbruggen, by the way, that's the first time I think a goalkeeper has scored double digits, because he got clean sheet, bonus points, and he saved a pen. So I think.
Well, if you look at Andy Jackson's game week history, Ben, I'll show it to you here. He's basically been on the rise the last 6 weeks. All green arrows the last 6 weeks.
He did say he was going to come good.
He was 4.5 mil. He's come up 2 million places in the 6
Andy.
weeks, which
well
is
played.
Good. Go on, Andy. Go on, Andy.
Beats the weeks when he was like 9 million, 10 millionth. Yeah,
well done, Andy. What else we got here? We've got CJ. You lost narrowly to Luke, 68-62.
Badly, I'd say.
What happened there, mate? What happened there?
Luke only gets 68 points, and you gift Luke a win. Gift him a win, and now he's gone above me, and it's all I'm bloody getting.
What was the difference?
I told you.
What was the difference there, Siege?
I don't even know. I don't even know what the difference was. Like I had so many players on him as well. He had.
I think he's doubled up in Arsenal defence.
He just had Raya in goal. Raya in goal was the only one basically. And I had obviously, and Gay and Virgil, absolutely. Gale, Virgil, and Foden
let you down.
So you expect one of those 3 to actually return, don't you? Let's be honest.
Fernandes and Wilson.
Yeah. Again.
And Thiago.
9 out of 10 times I would win that with someone doing something, or
your game week rank this week, Siege, was nearly 8 million.
No, 800,000, mate, not 8 million.
No, your game week rank.
My game week rank was it 8 million?
Yeah.
Gee, and probably last week it was probably
up there.
Something. What was it last
top
week?
1 mil or something, wasn't it?
Last week was 95,000.
Yeah, 95,000.
Talk about
I did say to the Sublime.
You did,
8 million.
to be fair.
95,000.
That's well good.
Oh, but what do you do when you get 98? Why
No,
would
you
you
wouldn't.
change your
Hey,
team?
don't you whinge at me? Don't you whinge at me,
Yeah.
mate?
No.
Speaking
Don't
of
you whinge
Troy,
at me.
Anyway,
yes.
carry on.
Speaking of
carry on to the
Troy,
next game,
76 points.
We talked about this already. We don't need to
Atlas
talk about it
73.
again.
You lost to Trotty's bench. Don't think Trotty was playing, despite promising that he was going to play his triple captainship. He psyched you out for a win there.
Well, I'm glad he didn't play as triple captain. Not that it mattered in the end. But
Gareth is, yeah.
triple captain, it would have been embarrassing for me.
Gareth is up and running again. He's playing. I've seen he's started to make changes. He beat Farney 84-81. Farney made me laugh. I think in the group he was like, fucking hate this game. Played my free hit. And if I hadn't have played my free hit, I would have scored 25 points more, something like that. So he lost by 3.
Yeah, that's mad.
That is crazy. And then Trav beat Jennings 69-64.
Another. Trav wins again with 69 points. I hate this league.
That's a bit lucky. That's the 2 lowest scoring managers, isn't it? Who are pitted together. 69-64. That's the lowest 2.
Jennings is having an absolute nightmare.
And he's got
at the
me
moment.
next. I've got him next, so I'm feeling quite good about that.
Oh, I wonder who's going to win manager of the month.
I think Tom the Tinkerer might take a big point hit for that one, just because he's already written it off as a loss. We'll see. And then to round off scores, we've got Nixie with 97 versus Dave with 67. So Nixie making good use of the chip there, the triple captain chip. That rounds off the league, chaps. I will hand over to you, Alex, for some for more key stats.
Yeah. So thanks, Ben. Thanks for that. Ben, just before I start showing everyone this, or talking through to everyone, those that watch, you obviously can now watch us on YouTube. We've been getting up some graphics as this episode's been going. And again, we'll keep doing that. But those of you that are listening, you just have to listen closely, and I'll just try and talk us through as best I can. But Ben, can you just talk us through this app, this website? It's got the most weirdest URL I think I've ever seen in my life in terms of the website.
It does. I'm gonna share the link on the group. So basically, I'm chronically online. I'm looking at FPL stats and everything like that. I came across this post by this guy on Reddit who got sick of the fantasy app and decided to build his own. Because he's basically saying that head-to-head is not a consideration for the fantasy app at all. They don't care about it. They just care about overall points. So he decided to build his own app that's focuses specifically on head-to-head. Now, we're going to have him on at some point as a guest to talk through his app, but he built his own app in 3 months, I think it was, which focuses specifically on stats concerning head-to-head leagues. So I'll give you guys the URL. It's basically dedoume.pronos, PRONOS.xyz. So he's launched his own site. You log in there, you put your league code in. So you put the Sonny and Share league code in, and it will load up some really, really interesting stats, which Alex is going to take us through now. But yeah, I'll share the link. It's fucking incredible. This guy is basically like sat down and created his own app because he was sick of the FPL app, and some of the features he's constantly updating it as well. By the way,
and it's just what we've been looking for in terms of like helping us out with head-to-head stats, etc. Obviously, we had our form guide. This just overtakes that,
blows it out of the water. So really Alex doesn't have to manually update anything.
No, thank God. Because that's the bane of my life each week, is going through that Excel spreadsheet.
Especially when you're losing, yeah.
Yeah, especially as well that no one's actually looking into that spreadsheet apart from us. So, so I've already what I've done. I'm not going to show how the website works. So we'll get the guy on to do that. But I just wanted to pull out some key stats from this. So things that I had never thought of being in consideration. So looking at captain points, so your total points from your captain picks. Now, it's no surprise that yours truly, and Watts, is at the top there with 310 captain points. And that means your captain points have come to about 28%.
It tells you, doesn't it? Yeah, it says right there.
Yeah, so that's the percentage of your total points. We've then got Nick in second with 303 captain points at 28.5% of his total points. Rafaro at 302 with 29% of his total points. Off up there on on 299 captain points, and then Nixie on 288 points. So actually, if you think about our league and those who are scoring well, if you select the right captain, you're going to be up near the table. Siege, you're on 282, so you're in 7th on 28% as well. I just wanted to call out that someone who
who's
I
bottom?
did notice was on. So Trotty, obviously, with 156 points. But Dassey's percentage is even worse. Dassey's captain, he's got 166 captain points, but only 17.5 of his total points. 17.5% of his total points is from his captain. I did think there was someone that was at 30%, but that must have been Rafaro, who was on 29.1. So Rafaro is obviously doing
almost
very well.
Almost a third of his total points have come from
captain
captain. That's so interesting.
Exactly.
That is really, and it just shows that if you get your captaincy right, it is such a massive factor.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. And then the other things I just wanted to call out briefly is looking at the chip performance of what the website does is it breaks down who's played chips and how many chips people have faced. Now Dave will feel slightly hard done by that he's faced 7 chips and only once has he won when he's faced a chip. I mean,
That's
facing
tough.
7 chips, that's quite tough. I think 3 of them have been wild cards, 1 bench boost, 2 free hits, and a triple captain. Ben, you've also faced 7 chips, but you seem to have won 5 of those battles.
That's insane. That is insane.
People are just playing bad chips against you, Ben. I just want to call out.
I've only lost to free hits, haven't I? Which was Lewis and Dan.
Yeah, 2 free hits.
I think it's important to call out last week's guest Charlie as well, who's faced 6 chips and he's lost every single one that he's played against. But I think what this stat does show is, apart from Lewis, who's won all 3 chips that he's faced, and Ben, who's won 5 of his 7, it's quite likely that if someone's playing a chip against you, you're gonna lose. I think.
Will this show?
Is the simple thing
Can
there.
you click played? Who's played? Can you go? Who's played the most chips? Course. You have. Oh no, everyone has. So everyone. So 4.
Most people have played 4. Then we get into from about 15th downwards. At Farney, you've still got your triple captainship. You remember you've only got 2 weeks now to use that, so I would use it. Matt, you've got your bench boost. You've got 2 game weeks to use it. Dassey, you've got your free hit to use in the next 2 weeks. Mike, you've got your free hit to use in the next 2 weeks. Luke, you've also got your bench boost to play in the next 2 weeks.
Troy and Gareth,
Fraser,
man.
by the way.
Troy and Gareth have only played 1 chip each. That's why they're near the bottom.
Yeah, they can't even now use all
your
their
chips before it gets all reset.
They can't even now use, and they've only used wildcards, so they're going to lose a chip this season at some point. Jordan, if I were you, I'd be playing your chips now, mate. You've got your bench boost and your free hit left. You've got 2 weeks, so I'd be playing those. So if you're playing Jordan, watch out. I would also just call out Fraser, who's still got his free hit and he's potentially in candidate for manager of the month.
That's coming up then, this game week.
Just want to call that out. Whereas our other 2 candidates, which we'll get into in a minute, Ben and Nick, you have both used all your
and so is
chips.
Tom, right? So Tom can't play a free hit against me.
That's it. Yeah. Just then, lastly, before I finish here, I just wanted to also look at the best game week record in terms of points scored. CJ, you were up there with that 98 you got last week.
So is that the highest of the season? Is
the
it?
highest in our league? This season. Any guesses of who the worst is going to be?
This will be Nixie.
Jennings last.
No, it'll be Nixie. You get.
It was 17, wasn't it?
No, Nixie's minus doesn't count because he took minus, so it doesn't include it. If you take minus, it will only count your total score that week. Whereas Jordan, in game week 6, only got 20 points, which is pretty grim. What's even grimmer is there's quite a lot of people getting 20 points or less. Trotty features in this list quite frequently. He's 3rd on the list with 21. He's also 9th on the list with 27 and 10th on the list with 28. So he's got under 30 points 3 times. But hey, Trotty, don't worry about it. You beat me, mate. So just beat up.
Team
and carry
value
on.
there too, mate. Look at team value.
Yeah. Team value
Andy
as well. There's
Jackson.
other things we can look into. Andy Jackson's got a very well valued team, which means he's getting people in at the right time. Siege, you are the same. Obviously, Ben, you are up there. Jennings, I don't know how he's doing this. But it's all those minus points he's taken. I think he's taken minus 80, by the way, now, Jennings. Minus 80.
Minus
He's taken in total.
80, what?
Yeah. So there we go. But yeah, Ben will show that. We'll share that.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Such a good app.
Siege, would you mind just sharing your screen, and we'll go into just briefly into Manager a Month before we take a break and come back and finish off with a game. I thought with 1 week to go, it would be good for us to just show who the candidates are for December Sonny and Cher League Manager of the Month, the greatest head-to-head FPL league around. By the way, let's just pull that out now to all our listeners. So who are our contenders? I think we've mentioned them already, so this shouldn't take long. But Fraser, aka Phrase Dog, is in there with 4 wins so far. Nick, also aka Medcraft #1. Luke, you are now at Medcraft #2 pretty convincingly. And then Ben, Commissioner #2, you are also in there with 4 wins in December. So who have you faced? Let's have a look, shall we? So who have you played? So if we look here, Ben, you've played Gazzy, Trav, Dassy, and Matt. I'd say you've had a pretty easy run in December, bar Matt.
You got lucky. You got lucky with those 2 games against Gareth.
Scraping through some games. Whereas Fraser has beaten Nixie and Mike and Lewis and Trotty in there as well. So big wins from Fraser, but also looking at it, Nick has beaten some top class managers.
Nick has dismantled players here.
Yeah, he's dismantled. Yeah, me, Smithy, and
Farney.
Who else has he played? Farney. That's right. Yeah,
destroyed that as well.
Destroyed people. So what does that then mean? Who have they got left to play? So here we go. Ben, you've got Jennings, and you currently have a total of 281 points. So you do sit in 3rd in the Manager of the Month race based on your total points. Whereas Fraser and Nick, it is very, very close. Ben, you need some absolute worldy week, or just hope the other 2 lose to be able to claim your 3rd Manager of the Month of the season already, and we're only in 5 weeks. That would be some going. But yeah, it's very tight. Fraser's got Gareth, who, as we said earlier, has come back to play, which could make it more challenging for Fraser, but maybe Fraser uses his free hit to win that one. And then Nick's got a tough one against Balf. And only 5 total points. Yeah, 5 total points separate them in the fight for the last Manager of the Month of December. Now, I just want to call out that actually the next game week does start on the 30th of December, but we're counting that game week because it finishes in January. We're going to count that game week as January. So this means that our Christmas fixtures that we've got coming this weekend, post Boxing Day, are the last fixtures of December. So that is going to make it all down to this weekend for Manager of the Month. We've got our 3 players. As I said, Ben, your real hope is for them both to lose to win, whereas the other 2 will be very much hoping that wins and points will get them over
just
the
looking
line.
at that, that's Fraser and Nick both on, what was it, 314 and 319 points for the month, whereas I'm only on 281. That is some stat, isn't it?
Yeah, do you want to know what the average is actually over those 4 weeks? I did write this down. Ben, your average is 70.2 over those 4 weeks. Fraser is 78.5 over December.
That's unreal.
Nick is 79.75 over December.
That's unbelievable.
I know. Just to compare that, right? I worked out the average score for the global average. So the global average for the 4 weeks is 58.25. So you guys are way over the global average for December. You're absolutely flying. Nick is He's nearly 100 points ahead of the global
That's
average.
insane work.
Fair
for
play.
December,
Yeah.
which is phenomenal. So yeah, fair play. Right, should we take a quick break and then Siege will come and finish off with the only thing that I can seem to win this season?
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Sonny and Schar Fantasy Pod. We're going to finish this little Christmas ep with our original game, which I know Butler is really looking forward to. I have some scores over the past sort of few months. So
don't even need to read these out.
Currently, me and Ben, we're on 3.5, and then Alex, you're on 11. So,
boys,
how this works again? If you're not familiar with it, all three of us are going to name a player, and then we're going to name how many teams that player has played for, and then we are going to see how many teams we can name. I'll start us off then. My player is Paul Konchesky.
Oh my God.
Ooh. I bet he's played for a lot of clubs.
He played for 11 clubs, Paul Konchesky.
11?
He did.
Oh God.
I can do Paul Konchesky.
I think
you probably know more than you think. I think with this one, when I actually saw who he played for, you probably would know more.
I reckon I know quite a few here. But Ben, you go first.
I think I can only do 3.
I think I can do 5.
5. Wow.
Go for 5 then, mate.
Go on then.
So he started at Charlton.
Yeah.
He then went to West Ham.
Yes.
And then Fulham.
Yeah.
And then he was at Liverpool.
He was. That's 4.
And then he's played for Leicester as well.
He has played for Leicester. That's 5.
Mate,
that's very good.
Why do I bother playing this game? I might as well just sign off before this. This is unbelievable. Just go back to work.
There's a mini game. There's a mini game between me and you, Ben, in this.
Yeah, playing for second, mate.
But yeah, Konchesky.
Do you remember Konchesky's goal in the FA Cup final?
Yeah. That was Liverpool. That's a West Ham, wasn't it? No, Liverpool.
Yeah, for West Ham. That was with West Ham against Liverpool.
So he started at Charlton, 149 apps. Then he went on loan to Spurs before
I didn't know that.
Going to West Ham, then to Fulham, 97 appearances, then to Liverpool just for a season. Went on loan to Nottingham Forest, then for Leicester for 5 years, 138 games. QPR on loan, Gillingham. And then if you remember, he had a brief spell at Billericay Town. Do you remember when that millionaire took over? And he signed, who did he sign? He signed Konchesky, he signed someone else as well, who were quite big players. Then he went to East Thurrock United and came back to Billericay in 2020.
Unbelievable.
But I do remember him signing for, I think the guy was called Glenn Tamplin. Wasn't he like a millionaire and just took over Billericay and was like signing some of these players? Good knowledge though, Butler. 5 there. Very good. Which one of you wants to go next?
I've got one then.
Go on.
I've got Brian McBride.
My God.
Ooh. Brian McBride.
I know one for sure. He's American.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Do we include loans in this club?
Yeah,
we do, don't we?
Do we what?
We include the loan clubs, don't we?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Played for 8 clubs.
Jeez.
Brian McBride.
What a player, by the way. Loved a goal, especially in the Prem.
I know he played for one team in the Prem, and then I know he's American, so I assume he played for one MLS team. So I can try and do 2, but that is it.
Yeah, no, you can go, mate, because
God, that's
I'm really
so
struggling
obscure.
That's very tough. I can't believe he played. Give us a bit of a clue. Did he play for more than one Prem team?
Yeah, he's played for 2 Prem teams, a Championship team.
Ooh.
He played in Germany, and then 2 MLS teams, and then
go on, Ben.
some real bizarre teams.
Right, so he obviously played for Fulham. That's who I remember him playing for. Fulham is 1.
Yeah,
And-
definitely. Yeah, 140 appearances,
And then for
33
the
goals.
MLS, I'm just gonna have to take a guess because I don't know where he came from. I want to say like a green kit, like Seattle Sounders or something like that.
Good shout. Good shout.
Is that? Oh
No, it's
fuck.
wrong.
The other Prem team. Are they in
He
the
did
Prem
play
now?
for a green team though, Ben, but in Germany.
Green team in Germany.
Wolfsburg.
Yeah, Wolfsburg.
Yeah, played for
Wolfsburg, did he?
Yeah. So he started his career at Milwaukee
Yeah.
Rampage.
That famous
where he
club.
scored 17 goals in 17
Bloody
games,
hell.
by the way. So he was like, Wolfsburg were like, yeah, we'll sign you up. Went to Wolfsburg, played 18 times, scored 2 goals, and so Wolfsburg were like, nah, you're crap. You can go back to America. So he then went to Columbus Crew, where he played 161 times for 62 goals. Then went on loan to Preston, where he scored 1 in 9. Then on loan to Everton for half a season, where he scored 4 in 8.
Everton.
And then he went to Fulham, and then he went.
Should have remembered that.
Yeah. And then he went to Fulham, where he was for 4 years, and then he ended up at Chicago Fire. But then he came back to England for a really bizarre signing. He signed for Wembley.
Wembley
FC.
Wembley FC, yeah. And he only played 1 time for them. So that clearly didn't go well.
Was that like one of those Specsavers things
Yeah.
where they get like a player in, or like just like a random?
2012, so 2 years after he retired, he came back to
Wow.
Wembley FC.
Good effort.
Who are, by the way, who are in the combined counties division.
He was playing against Godalming Town, was he? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god! Right, that leaves me. So I'm
mate.
just gonna go with the more obscure names to test Alex. So sorry about this, CJ. I'm going for Tim Sherwood. If you remember anything about Tim Sherwood's career before he became a pundit / manager, whatever he is, I will be very, very impressed. So he played for 1, 2, 3.
I think I could do
4,
3.
5,
I think.
6. He played for 6 teams.
I think I can do half of those.
Jeez, Alex. Okay, what do you reckon?
Tim Sherwood. That's cool.
I think I know 3 of them.
I'm gonna.
But Siege, it's your guess.
All right, let me go for 3, and then if I get one wrong, you can come and save me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So Blackburn.
I don't know. I don't definitely know them. I'm just saying I think I know 3.
Yeah, Blackburn 1. Definitely.
That's
Yeah.
what I would have said. Yeah.
That was his main career, really. 246 appearances.
That was his main career. I'm gonna say Aston Villa.
Oh, you're close, mate. He managed them. He didn't play for them.
He managed them. Did he play for Spurs?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
After Blackburn.
It was Spurs, and then I had Leicester here. I don't know why I had Leicester.
No. He went to Pompey.
Yes,
Alex,
he
you
did.
even know his career
Where's that from?
trajectory.
You should
You're
know
right.
that.
He went Blackburn, then he went Spurs, then he went Pompey.
I don't know what's after that, but he went from Spurs to
did.
Pompey. You should know that, Siege.
I should know
You're like
that.
a Pompey fan.
I should know that. So it was.
Do you not remember him
Blackburn-
going there? That was when they were like in the Championship trying to get promoted. They had,
When
him
Merson
and
was
Paul
there?
Merson. Yeah, they had him and Merson
So yeah, you've got 3 out of the 6.
with the toy on their
Blackburn,
top.
Spurs, Pompey. So he went to 1 club after Pompey, and then he was at 2 clubs before Blackburn. I don't know if you want to try and guess those. I don't know who's won this round.
Not a
Butler.
Scooby, to be fair.
Yeah.
Butler's won it.
Where did he go after Pompey?
Well, I wouldn't have a get. What?
Coventry.
I
Not a
thought he
clue.
retired. Sky Sports News.
No, he started at Watford, made 32 appearances, 2 goals. Then he went to Norwich. He was there for 3 years, and then after Norwich, it went.
So he's played for some quite big teams.
Then he went to Blackburn. Yeah, there you go.
Won the league.
Kenny Dalglish's first signing
Good
for
one.
Blackburn.
Did he play for England?
Was
Did
he?
he ever
3
play for
caps for England.
So he
Yeah.
did play for England. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well done, Alex. What's another few points for you today? What's that? Another 2 points?
Good knowledge. It's good knowledge.
Very good.
It is
13
strong.
I'm on.
You found your
strong,
niche,
yeah.
mate.
Very.
No, if you ever need me in a football quiz, get me in. If anyone needs them in their football quizzes in future, you can sign me up.
Alex
for a
is
small
available
fee.
for hire.
Yeah, subscription fee, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it for hire. I'm not going to give away this knowledge for free, even though I do it on this podcast.
Alex, I think.
You know where you need to get me, boys, is like obscure Brazilian
Okay, I'm going to
players.
study them. Mate, I'm going to study
That's where
them.
we'll get you. Okay, all right.
Pure Brazilian.
I don't know anything about Brazilian players apart from Ronaldo and Ronaldinho.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go, CJ. You brush up on obscure Brazilian players, and I'm going to come up with a few names next week to make this a bit more interesting.
Oh, dear. Right, boys. Well, we should probably say Merry Christmas
Yeah.
to all our listeners and hope you had a good one.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Obviously, we're recording this before Christmas, but you're going to listen to it post-Christmas while you're sat there ready for the Boxing Day EFL games, because for some bizarre reason, there's no Premier
There's
games
one.
on Boxing
There's one.
Day this year, apart from
There you
Newcastle.
go.
Yeah, just one. Just one. United Newcastle,
But
innit?
if anyone's really interested, Wimbledon are playing Stevenage at 3 p.m. on
Mate, I'll
Boxing Day.
be
That
getting up
sounds
early for that for
horrendous.
sure. Can't wait.
Stevenage are top of the league, mate.
They are.
They're
They
top
are. I
of the
saw
league.
that. Yeah.
We are definitely not top of the league. We are quite quickly plummeting down the league. But yes, happy Christmas to everyone and to you boys. It's always a pleasure. And then we'll do one more episode before 2026.
No
I
rest for
believe.
the wicked.
That's
Merry
it.
Christmas, and may
Absolutely.
the fantasy
No.
gods be with you.
Merry
Cheers,
Christmas,
lad.
everyone.
It's the Sonny and Schar Fantasy League.
And even though Son has left for the MLS,
Our head-to-head league is still the best. Hosted by
Alex!
Ben,
CJ,
ABC.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
it's another fantasy podcast.
Oh, fuck me.